This week's editorial is really all about our interaction with the community at The Analytical Scientist. One of our authors, Eva Szymanska, wrote an article entitled "Why Isn't Chemometrics Centre Stage?" And that particular article generated a lot of feedback from our readers, and also a lot of comments. And some of those comments were comments on the article about their views on chemometrics, and there was clearly a lot of passion there. But there were also some calls for a more advanced article on chemometrics that delved a little bit deeper into some of the issues. So by gauging the reader response to that article, we actually commissioned a feature by Lutgard Boydens, and that's in this very same issue. So it was nice for us to see some interaction with our readership that actually led to another article. I would like to read a couple of the other comments that we couldn't include in the editorial. Your article is timely to provoke action to leverage on the current advanced technology to open up chemometrics black box and make it more transparent to allow analysts to be able to understand procedures involved. Integrating scientific workflow within chemometric software can be used to break down these steps in order to avoid the pitfalls of blindly pressing on buttons to obtain the best optimized models. Other comments were not so positive or encouraging. Any method that requires statistical treatment, for example SAS, for interpretation is an inadequate method. Forget LCMS or LCMSMS, we can't afford it with our frozen budgets. The only scientists I know who use chemometrics are biologists and silviculturists trying to quantify multiple ecosystem influences on tree growth. Their data is so poor that the only way they can parse anything out is to use chemometrics techniques. And perhaps the shortest comment in the same thread simply said, if you search for chemometrics in the course catalogue offered by your graduate school, you may have some clue why it is the underdog. And on a slightly different tact, one of the comments focused on some of the difficulties that some scientists have with mathematics. He wrote, "To me, mathematicians and other mathematically skilled people are a pico-sized group of elite soldiers that do all the hard work that no one else wants to or can do. And that may be one of the main reasons why we have beautiful software that most ordinary scientists can't work with or understand." Charles Prestwich-Scott was actually the editor of the Manchester Guardian, now known as The Guardian. I'm sure some of you are familiar with their editorial values and content, and he was famous for saying, comment is free, but facts are sacred. And I think that still rings true today, but the difference is that in the modern world we all have the ability to communicate on a regular basis and to discuss topics openly. So I guess what we feel is that while comment is free and may not always be sacred, we can get a lot out of our interactions with other people. And just like with the chemometrics opinion article, we can gauge the response of our readers, and we can all come together and decide that yes, this is the topic that we'd like to discuss in much greater detail. And the Lutgard Boydens article, which is called "Towards Tsunami-Resistant Chemometrics," we urge anyone that's interested in that topic to check that article out online and make a comment. It's actually very easy to make comments on our website. All you need to do is sign up to the website. It's a very short process. It takes maybe less than a minute, and by doing that we kind of know who you are, and you're able to read all of the articles in the archive, but also to put forward your opinions and question an author's comment, and we try to make sure that all of our readers and authors are able to communicate. There's actually a system within the comments section. If you write a comment and someone comments afterwards, then you'll get a notification by email, so that it keeps the discussion going. What next? Well, Certainly we have other plans for additional functionality within the community part of the site. I can't say too much about it, but if you stay with us and get our email alerts, then we'll inform you when that's ready. But once again, it's all about creating a community of analytical scientists that can all come together to collaborate, to discuss, to challenge each other, and we're pretty excited about it. Thanks.